Guys, it's your boy a.D back with another video. Now today's video we're gonna be doing why Naruto was neglected and had the boosted gear from High School DxD. Anyways, if you don't know what that is, it's basically this gauntlet right here, but it's normally red. So yeah. Anyways, if you don't know, like, if you haven't watched High School DxD for some reason, you should, because it's a really good anime. And yeah, well, as long as you're not like 12 or anything, because there's some things that go there you shouldn't be seeing if you're like underage and shit. But yeah, if you have a mature mind, then go ahead, but that shit fire. Anyways, get this video to 25 likes for the next part, and go in the description down below where I'll be leaving a link to my Discord server where you can join there and be able to talk to me more and shit. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get this video started.
I will not let you destroy my world! Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what.
We're gonna start this wife off with the 90s attack, but this time Minato and Kushina did not get stabbed. Instead of them getting stabbed, the third Hokage did, and he also used the Reaper Death Seal, sealing 50% of the Nine Tails into Menma, which is Naruto's brother, and the other half into Mito, which is Naruto's sister. But it didn't went the way that Minato did it, so it basically split 25% the good Nine Tails and 25% the bad one, and mixed them together, and then did the same for the other half and pretty much put them in there. So no good Nine Tails, just bad, but somewhat neutral, but mostly bad. So yeah, he still hates human. Anyways, then Kuma, Naruto doesn't get any of the Nine Tails. Then Minato and Kushina got into a little coma like state for like a week or so, but Tsunade came and healed them, saving Kushina's life. But Kushina and Minato were pretty pissed off and blaming Naruto for them almost dying. And they started to hate him. Naruto, like, they started to hate Naruto, but it still raised him, thinking, we'll make sure that he'll suffer basically, and skip to a 5-year-old Naruto. He's kind of a pervert in this one because reasons. Anyway, yeah, it's for my own entertainment. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we see Naruto. He's basically sitting in his room, or bleeding out and shit, thinking to himself, why does everyone hate him? I've done absolutely nothing to them, but they still hate me, basically. We go on a flashback. Naruto was trying to get something to eat, and he just got a piece of bread and started eating it while basically walking home. And yeah, he hears a lot of people running from behind him, saying there's the demon, get him, with Naruto looking back to see a giant rock, like a rock the size of his hand, hit his face, knocking him out for a little bit. Then he woke up like about 10 seconds later, only to see all the villagers launching themselves at him with knives and forks and wooden poles and everything that can pretty much hurt people. With Naruto screaming, "No, don't hurt me, I didn't do anything wrong," with the villagers not stopping, because Naruto's pleading sound was basically music to their ears. In the flashback, Naruto then got up, like he got up and basically laid where he usually sleep, which is basically like a piece of wood on the ground with like a couple of blankets. But yeah, he basically slept there when we're gonna time skip to a 7-year-old Naruto who was laying on the ground looking at his family eating, but he hasn't eaten in almost a week now. Then Naruto hears a knock at the door. Then Minato used the flying Raijin to get to the door, and he opens it, revealing a blushing Tsunade and Jiraiya with a with a nosebleed, basically. Anyways, Minato gets happy looking, like Minato gets a happy look in his eyes, saying Tsunade and Jiraiya Sensei. Why? Basically, what happened? Like, yeah, while letting him in. Then we skip to 20 minutes later. Kushina screams out, "No way, you loved him all this time," with Tsunade saying, yeah, we saw it going out last week. Then Jiraiya says, anyways, let's get to the reason why we came here. Then he goes on to explain the prophecy. It says that a child born from Konoha's yellow flash and red death, that child will have blonde hair and blue eyes and will choose whether the world shall be destroyed and start anew, basically, or if it shall continue in peace, or if it shall oh my gosh, or if it shall be ruled by that person, basically, with iron fist or with love and kindness. Then they all said it's either Mito because Naruto Naruto had kind of brown like hair. I mean, basically Naruto has this kind of hair and eyes. So yeah. Actually no, just blue eye. No, actually never mind. He has brown eyes and that color hair. Anyways, but they forgot that Naruto was born with blonde hair and blue eyes. Since they hated him and didn't pay attention to him, it quickly slipped out of their minds. We're gonna do a quick little flashback to a 4-year-old Naruto who still had this blonde and blue eyes. And basically, he basically was getting chased by villagers, and the villagers pretty much beat him up, and he kind of went into a depression state, and yeah, instead of the hair turning white, it turned dark color. So yeah. Anyways, back to the present. Yeah. Then they hear a knocking at the door. They open it to see an Ambu with white hair. Then he whispers, "Oh fuck, no. My gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, bro." Okay. Basically, he whispers something to Minato. Then Minato gets a devilish smirk on his face, saying, "Since Mema and Mito will be the savior and ruler of the world, or ruler of the world, the demon has to do something." Then he grabs Naruto and gives him to the Ambu with also a paper, and the Ambu is obviously Kakashi, if you didn't know. But yeah, saying the paper is saying he disowned Naruto. Then he throws him up in the air, and then only to get kicked down by Kushina. And Minato tells Kakashi to basically bring him to the villagers that he told him about, because Kakashi whispered to his ears that there was a mob of villagers pretty angry. Then Kakashi disappears. 5 minutes later, Kakashi arrives and fills with a mob of villagers. Then he throws Naruto to the ground. Then he says Lord Hokage has disowned the demon, so you guys can do anything you want with him, even kill him if you want, but in return, he wants the civilian council's full cooperation. Then the villagers smirk evilly and were quickly to agree. Naruto then woke up to see the Ambu jumping away, and the villagers basically lashing at him like last time. started to basically beat him up until Naruto started to realize what was happening earlier. Like, he remembered what was happening earlier and how he basically got disowned and shit like that, and all his emotions of like how he was always hating and shit like that. Basically, all his anger came out, and a dark light appears. Then a boosted gear basically appears, and instead of it being red, it was freaking, yeah, it's basically this. Instead of it being red, it was black. Anyways, it appears on his right arm, and he was wondering what that is, but his anger was more than his curiosity, and he used the fang of the boosted gear. Basically, you see how that's like, yeah, middle claws and shit. Yeah. He started to slash at the villagers, killing all of them except for one. He walked up to the last one and cut off his arm, saying, "Go tell the rest of them what happened here." And then he walked away. 5 minutes later, Naruto was running away from the village. And then we skipped 10 minutes later. Naruto was walking with the booster gear still activated. He was still activated, and he was talking to whatever you call him, the dragon, basically. And if you're wondering why Naruto's booster gear is black, it's not because Drag is a black dragon now or anything like that. It's just because the emotion that he used to open it was anger, and that was basically the only emotion Naruto felt almost all of his life. So yeah, Drag explained everything about the booster gear and everything else like that, and how to use it and everything basically. So yeah, except for that, you can use it with like, if you watch the High School DxD and read the manga and shit, you would know. If you only watch the anime and don't read the manga, you might want to skip this. But basically, Issei can use it to basically, if you go to a queen and shit, like, you get a different form. If you become a pawn, you get a different form. If you become a knight, everything like that, you get a different form. Except for these, he doesn't explain that because he knows that there's no such thing in this world. So yeah. Anyways, skip back to the village. Kushina was thinking, why did Naruto leave? Then she started to realize that she doesn't even know why he would or even like know what the hell that he pretty much likes or hates or anything, like his like or dislike. Then she starts to realize that basically she's kind of a terrible mother, and yeah. And then Minato walks in to see basically Kushina crying on the ground, and he asks what was wrong. Then she explained to him that she doesn't even know anything about him and stuff. And then she asks Minato if he knows anything. But then he also realizes that he's a crappy dad, and yeah. Then Mito walks into the room, and they explain the same thing basically, and then she thinks to herself, I will get him back basically no matter what. I will give him the love that he deserves. So yeah, she starts developing border complex, but don't worry, it's not gonna be that with that shit. No. Anyways, it's not gonna be a Naruto X Mito or anything like that. Sorry about that. Anyways, it's gonna be Naruto X this girl. Well, yeah. Back to Naruto. Naruto went to a small village and started to eat. Then he hears the voice of a girl saying, "No, I don't want to go out with you." Then he hears a voice of a man basically saying, "Well, you don't have a choice." Then he hears another man laughing. Then Naruto gets up and goes to walk into an alleyway to see a girl with black and white dress in a little hat with two bear or cat-like ears. but I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, anyways. Then Naruto says, "What do you guys think you're doing?" Then the girl looks back with a happy smile, saying, "So you finally came. Great red." Then Naruto takes a step back, saying, "How do you know that?" Then he says, "Wait, are you the white one?" With basically her kind of smirking. Then two white wings with blue light come out of her back. Then Naruto his drag say it's like she is the one with the white one. Then basically, yeah. Then Naruto pretty much smirks a little bit. Then he activates his boosted gear. Then she motioned for Naruto to basically move back a little bit. Then she basically spin around and basically cutting the three mans, but not killing them, just cutting them like a slash and shit, but not fatal. So they basically went away. And yeah, then basically she motioned for Naruto to follow her, but she put her wings away and Naruto put his boosted gear away. Then they go back to sit down basically at a candy store, and she orders a popsicle. And then she looks at Naruto saying, "So why don't we have a little talk, looking for a popsicle?" And that's pretty much where I'm gonna begin off. Hope you guys liked and enjoy. And yeah, get this video to 25 likes for the next part, and I will be posting what if Naruto and Hinata will prodigy couple tomorrow, hopefully. And then I'll probably be doing what if Naruto was a god of destruction or something. Anyways, yeah, unless you ask for this one or something like that. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna be out for now. Peace.